we are back with another reaction, man. This time it is called Police Discovers a Killer's Hidden Torture Forest. What? What? Yo, we really living on a planet with this shit going on. Is this not insane? Yo, anyways, bro. Yo, continue to send me videos in my Discord, and we're gonna react to every single one of them, bro. Let's get straight into it, coach. Oh my gosh, bro. I'm getting the creeps.
SO389 dispatch. I've located the body. The scene's about 50 yards on a trail.
This lone cop just discovered a dead body in the middle of the woods.
What is that? Sounds like it's heading this way.
Oh,
If you find me up at the top of the body, carving the blood of the place.
10-4, signal 7. Please send another unit to my location.
What he doesn't know yet is that the lifeless man in front of him has been tortured for hours by the twisted man hiding in this very forest.
Whoever did this, it's fresh.
Yo, I'm sorry. I can't hold it in though, man. I want to let the video play, but I gotta get this on my chest, man. If you are able to torture somebody in the forest, my boy, you are the spawn of the devil. What in the world? Okay. I had to get out of my chest, bro.
There's a little eyeball right here. There's some creepy shit right here. Smell this, right? You don't smell gas right here? Yeah. Think they're gonna torch him?
I'm not sure what it is, but I've got movement east of my location in the woods. There's
Oh.
something moving around back this way.
He carries 3 or 4 knives on him. He thinks he's Rambo.
You're what? I'm just like a god.
Oh my gosh.
It's December 23rd, 2022, and Officer Azure has just...
This happened in 2022 as well, bro. The things that go on in the world that we just don't know about, bro. Until you just find yourself watching a video like this. 2022, man.
Just received a 911 call from a distraught man reporting that he's found his best friend's lifeless body in the middle of the Lake Jackson forest. Officer Azure, along with a group of first responders, quickly arrive at the scene.
That's my friend, man.
Okay, y'all stay right there.
Wow.
Here they encounter Jamie, the 911 caller, and his best friend Robert, both of whom urgently want to show the officer where their dead friend is. Considering the serious circumstances, Officer Azure decides to follow Robert into the forest despite being alone.
389, I'm 10-12 with him. Just give me a minute. I'm 10-12 with 2. I'm heading down to take a look. 361, if you want to come down, and 56 with the EMS in the back. I'm headed down to the scene.
We're gonna go back that way about 50 yards.
Okay.
50 yards. My watch it was good.
Yeah.
Knife was laying on the ground. There's no blood on it.
Did you touch the knife?
I did pick up the knife.
Okay. Well, we're gonna.
Never touch. Why would yo? A little advice to everybody out there: never touch something in a crime scene. All right. I don't know if he touched it first before seeing his friend's body, or vice versa. I don't know what he did first, but just never touch something that's laying down on the ground, especially if it can kill somebody, like a knife. Do not do that, bro. You're tampering with evidence, and now your fingerprints is on the thing that led to somebody's death, bro. Don't never do that.
I need to get fingerprints from you, okay?
No problem. I walked by the tarp, and you couldn't see James.
Okay.
And then Alan walked by the tarp and goes, "What's that?" And he picked the tarp up with his stickies on his hand, and James was laying there face down, and I dropped the knife and we left.
Okay.
Wow.
All right. Well, we're gonna need to get a very detailed statement from you, okay?
Yes, sir.
Just because.
I understand.
Well, the thing is, I'm not accusing you of anything, but
I
you
know.
have to be ruled out. You see what I'm saying?
100%.
At this point, the officer can't yet confirm Robert's story, but with a dead body reported, he has no choice but to push deeper into the woods. However, alone with a suspicious man he's just met and a killer who could be lurking nearby, the officer knows he must proceed with extreme caution.
Yeah, definitely.
You just hang on down right here for me, okay? Let me get up there and take a look.
You better than that tarp.
Which one?
Right here, playing.
Oh, shit. Okay.
And then you please put in that back stand, please.
All right. Where's the knife?
knife is on the left-hand side of him.
Okay.
Laying on the ground. He's got a white belt.
Okay. Just hang out there for me, okay?
Yeah,
Jamie was telling the truth. Wrapped inside the tarp is the body of James Leyendecker. He's lying naked in a pool of his own blood, covered in cuts and scrapes.
Wow.
Realizing the severity of the situation, Officer Azure immediately instructs Jamie to head back while he investigates further. That's when Officer Azure begins to hear some unsettling noises.
I'm not sure if it's a person or I'm not sure what it is, but I've got movement east of my location in the woods. Sounds like it's heading this way.
Yo, this officer, he either don't care or he's not afraid. I don't know. But it just seems like he only got a flashlight pointed. If it was me, I would have had my flashlight in my left hand, my Glock in my right, bro. Come on out, buddy. Come, I done heard some footsteps. Come on out, bro. That's what I would have done. But this officer, yo, he hey man, he seems like he's not afraid at all, bro.
Hey, LT.
Fortunately for Officer Azure, backup arrived just in time, providing
Yeah.
some relief from whatever might have been lurking in the forest.
Like, we are in the forest, bro. A dead body is laying right there, full of cuts and bruises, man. I'm ready to air something out, bro. That's just me though. I'm ready to air it out. Yo, so come out, bro. Whatever you are, we know it. I hear something, bro. We know you are close by. Whew. Yo, if I was a cop, I would be different, dog.
I mean, there's nothing for y'all to check. He's cold to the touch. All right, we've got knife right here, body here, tents, whole camp spread up back here. We've also got one outstanding.
What the hell are you talking about?
There's 2 people who live in this camp,
And one's not here?
and one's outstanding at the moment.
Did you find the knife?
Yeah.
I got a knife right here.
There's no blood on it,
Well, there's something right there, but hey, did you still got those 2 guys 10-12 up front?
Yeah,
Robert
they're
and
standing there
Jamie.
waiting for us.
Good, because one that led me back touched the knife, so we need to get his prints and a statement off him. The other one touched the tarp. They found out what was going on and they took off. I checked the camp and he's the only one back here.
Well, I got the name of the person that he was arguing with at 5 or 6 o'clock.
Yeah, so, and I've got what looks like maybe his clothes right over there. So he's naked and there's some clothes right there on the fire.
As medical staff arrives and examines the body more closely, they observe a brutal manner of death, blunt force trauma to the head, strangulation, and something even more disturbing, gasoline, found in James's lungs and stomach.
Wow.
Detectives are left with a burning question. Why would a victim have gasoline inside him? However, this would be only one of the many disturbing details officers uncover at the scene.
Hey, Seth, take a look at this for me. What is that? Is that just soot weared off on that, or? I mean, it looks awful shiny.
Where he has been stabbed, just from what I can see. But he is butt naked, face down on a tarp with his upper torso covered, so definitely not. And definitely somebody putting him here. So I don't know what his face looks like. If he was stabbed in the neck or the face, the blood may be hidden by the tarp. I'm not seeing any obvious blood. Apparently the witness picked up the knife, and the knife has like a roasted string around it. There's blood on it. Yeah, the tarp's brown, but there's blood all over the tarp, like blood splatter.
It looks like, I mean, he was moved post-mortem. You can tell by the way he was dressed.
Oh, he's got his fucking leaf in his ass crack.
Yeah. That's hollow down below, you see that? Yeah. That's crazy.
Almost looks like they're carving Odin. This in the one eye. You see that?
Fucking nuts. Artistic.
Still gas.
hacksaw, yes? They had to cut that with a chainsaw, right?
Somebody's
Looks like-
face is carved in a tree.
Yeah.
By now, officers were certain they had a murder on their hands. The injuries to the body, the bloody knife, and the presence of gasoline all point to one thing. This wasn't just a killing, but a calculated act where the victim had likely been tortured for hours.
Wow. 1 hour after the
With
body
this
was
in
found.
mind, officers would return to question Jamie, the man who had originally called 911. And what Jamie reveals would soon lead investigators directly to the killer. But before we continue, it's worth noting that tragedies like these could affect any of us. Take Yvette Torres. She was walking home from work in Philadelphia when a truck struck her without warning. Morgan & Morgan fought for her in court and won her nearly $12 million. If you're seriously hurt, your injury could be worth millions. With over 1,000 attorneys, Morgan & Morgan will fight to give you the
Wow,
best.
okay, this is like some ad, okay. This dude is immaculate with the ad. I thought the ad was a part of the video, but man, oh man, he was, wow. His voice has not changed, does it?
Let's get back to the investigation. Officers were about to speak again with Jamie, one of the eyewitnesses, and he would provide them with their biggest lead yet.
So I heard arguing and stuff. So I go through the woods, go to this camp.
So you
I
left.
walk back to the camp because, you know,
Right.
homeless people argue all the time about dumb shit. It's been a while now, and I haven't heard anything from James or anybody over there. So I go over there to me and my friend that's with
The other
Officer
deputy.
now. Go over there, right? So when I walk, get to a certain point, I see a tarp laying
Right.
there beside this tree, which is never there. I
And
flip over,
inside
the
is-
tarp is, I don't even know if it's James or
He don't want to believe his
We're gonna
friend.
get it figured out, okay?
He don't
Do you
even
know
want to
James'
believe
last
his
name?
friend.
Do you know James's last name?
No, ma'am.
No.
Yeah, he break it
I'm
down,
telling
bro.
you, the person who did this,
36.
because I know who it is. Dusty McDonald. That lives right up. He just got the complaint this morning. Man come down there with a hatchet, threatening, chopping shit up. Called it in, sheriff's department. They come over, they talked to him, they told him that they're gonna go over and talk to him and just stay away.
And James is the one who called.
No, ma'am.
Who
It was
called this
Rick.
morning? Rick. Okay. Do you know
Rick
Rick's
is
last
the one
name?
who stays there.
Okay.
No, ma'am, but Rick is the one who
Rick.
stays there. James is a friend of everybody's, but
So
he
I
was
should be
staying
able
up
to
there with
find them
Dusty.
by his name.
He was staring
According
at them
to
with
Jamie.
Dusty. Hey, there you go right there, man. Dusty McDonald. That's the guy who they talked to immediately, expeditiously.
A man named Dusty McDonald had attacked another man, Rick, with a hatchet earlier that day. Police were called but were unable to locate or confront Dusty at the time. While this incident was concerning, it wasn't enough on its own to establish Dusty as a primary suspect. Until nearly every witness interviewed pointed to him as well. Eventually, officers had gathered enough statements to justify bringing Dusty in for questioning. All they needed now was to find him.
2 hours after the body
As
is
police
found.
began searching for Dusty, other officers on scene would sit down with the two 911 callers to piece together a timeline. According to them, the day had started with unsettling signs that something was off.
We both went down there. We live right here. We wanted to go check on our family. He's wrapped up in a tarp.
Okay.
Sir,
We came back and
I
called
heard
and told him.
arguing earlier, right?
We know who was down there, sir.
Arguing.
Okay.
So I walked down through the woods. I seen Dusty have James on the ground. He was saying, you shouldn't talk shit about this and that. You know what I'm saying? I heard, like, oh, they just getting shit up. You know what I mean?
What?
But
You heard that and you just brushed it off like it was nothing? Come on, gang. Come on, man. You like You seen Dusty have your friend on the ground and you just went by a day? No way, right? Oh, let me hear the whole entire statement. There's no way he actually said that.
have James on the ground. He was saying, you shouldn't talk shit about this and that. You know what I'm saying? I heard, like, oh, they just getting shit up. You know what I mean? But I never hear nothing from over there no more. I'm like,
You know Dusty's real name or?
Dusty McDonald.
Did you say that James called them today and said, hey,
Nope, Rick.
oh, Rick called.
Rick James was there.
When Dusty went over there and cut his tent,
Cut him up,
machete?
threatened with a machete,
Yep.
cut his tent up,
Yep.
all kind of shit.
He called the police. I was there
Yep,
for that. I
called
was
the
there for
police,
that.
made a report, and the police just said, stay away from him.
Police
That's a
never
part
I be hating that about the police, man. I be hating that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, the police can literally like stop something from happening, but they choose not to. Or I ain't gonna say they choose not to. They just like it's not enough. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they need evidence, or something needs to be done first. So unfortunately, somebody had to be killed for them to actually do something about something, bro. It makes no sense. They should be able to avoid something tragic from happening, but they choose not to, or they're obligated not to. Like, dog, that's crazy. I just made a phone call about this dude being aggressive, and he had some ill intent. But you talking about something, just stay away from him. That's not enough. You gotta do something about it, man. But it's just that's unfortunate, man. Very unfortunate.
I'm beside a tree that's never there because I live here. And I took this stick and went. When I flipped it up, I seen legs.
Based on these witness accounts, officers now have a fairly detailed picture of what likely unfolded just hours earlier. They also have a lead suspect, Dusty McDonald, a name one of the officers happened to be familiar with.
I think they already brought up his name, but Dustin McCormick.
Yeah, Dusty.
Dusty, supposedly general in some militia, come down there this morning with a machete and started hacking up some of the tents because he wanted to clear the area. Said he's signal 20 and off his meds.
They said Dusty. They said Dusty's the one that's outstanding. Yeah, they said this guy Dusty left from over here by later in the evening.
By now, it was clear Dusty had likely been involved in the murder, and with Jamie and Robert's statements in hand, police began piecing together the sequence of events leading up to the brutal killing. Earlier that day, Rick, another man who lived at the camps, had called 911 claiming a Dusty McDonald had slashed his tent with a machete while searching for a man named James, even threatening him in the process. Later that afternoon, Dusty managed to find James, and witnesses reported hearing arguing from the camp. When they checked to see what was going on, they saw Dusty on top of James, wrestling and yelling. It didn't appear to be anything more than a heated argument, so they returned to their camp. However, hours would pass, and nobody had heard from James. Robert and Jamie began to worry and decided to go looking for him, and that's when they found a blue tarp covering James's lifeless body. Nearly all witness accounts lined up perfectly with this timeline of events, making the next step for officers clear: arrest Dusty and bring him in for interrogation.
Damn, hold up, fellas. I'll be back. Give me a second. Alright, we back, man. We back. Let's get into it, man. 3 hours after the body was found. Yo, Dusty, we got you, buddy.
Fortunately, since officers had begun the work of locating him earlier that day, they already had Dusty's address. Soon after, they surrounded the house, ready to move in.
Broken glass?
Sheriff Officer, put a knife down, man. Come on out. Come on out. Come on out.
I don't have anything in my hands.
Okay, come on.
Please, I don't
Come
have
on.
anything in my hands.
Come on out.
I'm right here, sir.
Come on out.
Dude, I'm right here.
Dusty.
Okay. Dude, yeah.
Turn around, put your hands behind your back.
Dude, a man just tried to light me on fire, dude. Y'all
What?
know what happened.
Wait, what?
Dude, yeah.
Turn around, put your hands behind your back.
Dude, a man.
Dude, a man just tried to light me on fire, dude. Yeah, you already guilty, buddy. We already guilty. We ain't question you about nothing, bro. We just came knock at your door, bro. And then you already admitted to it. You already admitted to it, bro. Come with us.
Just tried to light me on fire, dude.
Come with us.
I don't know what happened down there. That man tried to light me on fire, man.
Yep, he got him.
All on surveillance, dude.
Listen, Dusty, you try to do things stupid, the dog's gonna bite you, understand?
I'm not even armed, sir. Look at there. I'm not armed at all, sir. Sir, man just left my house and tried to murder me down there and light me on fire.
Dusty's behavior would be bizarre from the start, immediately insisting that James tried to set him on fire and that the officers, quote, already know what happened down there. Whether he's trying to claim self-defense or is just completely unhinged is anyone's guess.
Sorry, walk this way, man. Yeah, dude. Sorry, you know what happened down there.
That's what we're trying to figure out.
Dude, man tried to light me on fire as I.
So you meant to kill him. So you killed the man. He tried to light you on fire. Didn't report it. Didn't call nobody about it. We seen the body. We found the body underneath a tarp. That's not that seemed like something regular. Like this dude is sick in the head, bro. Hell nah. Put him under the jail.
Okay, just listen.
Okay,
we've got one side. Right? That's why you need to come with us. Okay? I know you are.
With the supposed killer in custody, officers concluded the disturbing
tell
on-scene
me
investigation
lying,
and began preparing for interrogation. If Dusty was their killer, given what had been done to the victim's body, it pointed to someone deeply disturbed. That suspicion would soon be confirmed. By now, Dusty had already raised serious concerns. He had slashed Rick's tent and threatened him. On top of that, multiple witnesses had just reported seeing him argue with James hours before the murder. However, despite how clear things seemed, there was one major complication. Dusty was claiming self-defense. He alleged that James had thrown gasoline on him and threatened to set him on fire. This wasn't a claim detectives could easily dismiss, especially given the distinct smell of gasoline at the scene, meaning there was a possibility he could get away with his crime. Even though it's clear who's behind the murder at this point, Dusty's story now carries a shred of credibility. Detectives have one goal: to break that story, either by disproving his self-defense claim using witness statements or, ideally, by getting a confession. Either way, the investigation is about to get a lot more complicated. To move forward, detectives start by bringing in people from the encampment who knew Dusty well and interacted with him regularly. If Dusty had a pattern of violent behavior, these individuals were the most likely to have seen it firsthand.
My goal here is to kind of get, from your perspective, kind of what you saw, what you heard.
He ain't really been fucking with me at all. I ain't never had no cross words. He's always insistent, oh, come up there and do your laundry and all that, you know. Come up there and get a shower, that's what it was. Come and get a shower, come get a shower all the time. So I fucked up and got a shower and get him $2 afterward, you know, just a gesture.
Rick explains that Dusty often offered showers and laundry to homeless individuals in the area, sometimes charging a small fee. This catches the attention of detectives. These seemingly generous acts may be a part of a larger pattern of manipulation, a way for Dusty to assert control over the homeless community. It's a detail that could support their efforts to build a stronger case against him.
I tried my best to get along with him. You know, he had a shower that we all used, you know, sometimes try to keep him good with him for those reasons and stuff, you know.
Yeah, I get that.
Never, my wildest dreams that I think he was capable of murdering, that's the honest truth. I was just over there basically using his necessities like we all were. We got a chance to, you know, shower, usually offered it. That's his way of making friends with us, I think. I had stayed with him before and he kicked me out. I thought I was in a light, so I was taking pictures of him and stuff like that with my phone. I didn't even have a phone, you know. Like, I saw you taking pictures of me with your phone. I said, I don't even have a phone. He said, you gotta go. So I left.
Wow.
That.
Dusty lives in a house near the homeless camps, a property owned by his grandfather. At first, much like Rick, Busby describes Dusty as someone who seems generous, allowing members of the homeless camp to use his home for basic amenities. As investigators continue interviewing members of the homeless community, a more troubling picture of Dusty begins to emerge. He has a history of strange and violent behavior marked by paranoia and delusions. However, officers face a challenge. The interviews so far have been too vague, highlighting patterns of behavior but lacking concrete details to build a solid case. This leads detectives back to Jamie, the original 911 caller and the person with the clearest recollection of events so far.
Yeah, Jamie seems the most like conscious and aware of everything. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else, they just say, oh, we did this, did that, did that. Like, they don't really, like, it's vague. Like the dude said, it's vague, bro. You know what I mean? So Jamie, he the only guy that kind of can recollect everything and say everything that he's thinking. You know what I mean? Everybody else is saying this, that. But it's just basically nothing. No substance, I guess.
And he's able to offer meaningful insight into who Dusty really is.
Mr. Allen, my role here in all this, it's just kind of to get from your perspective, your side of things, what you saw, what you observed.
Man came to my camp last night. I used to stay up there with him. He's a violent person.
Okay.
His papa always wanted to let me stay there because he's the one that owns the property. The reason I don't stay there is because you don't do what he says, and he gets all angry and threatens you, and he just crazy shit. I said, well,
What does he usually carry?
He got a stick this time, but he's either got a stick, a machete, or a knife.
Damn.
Listen, he carries like 3 or 4 knives on him, machete, sticks. He's like, he thinks he's Rambo.
While Dusty had a reputation as a bully who routinely harassed the homeless community, no one expected his behavior to escalate to cold-blooded murder. His so-called generosity, offering his home for showers and laundry, masked a deeper need for control and manipulation. The same people he claimed to help were also the ones he intimidated and threatened, revealing a warped sense of power and superiority. In the end, this contradiction may have set the stage for the gruesome murder. When Dusty was brought in for questioning, his demeanor was strangely calm. At this point, he seems to believe that he is seen as a victim of an attack by this homeless man. He didn't seem like he was in his right mind at all. Detectives were hoping to learn about Dusty's side of the story, but instead were met with, well, a lot of nonsense.
You know I'm an owl, right?
You're what?
You know I'm an owl, right?
Okay.
You know what that means, right?
Yes, sir, I do.
Okay, thank you.
Wait, what does that mean? You know I'm an owl. What does that mean? What does owl mean? Hold up, what?
Thank you. This has been a really hard day, sir.
What does an owl mean? Let me know what an owl means. Or do I got to do my research myself?
I waved all right there a long time ago. I still have a great sense of innocence within me, if it ain't obvious to you this time.
Throughout his interrogation, Dusty's responses are filled with incoherent delusions and deflections. In Dusty's mind, he's, quote, an owl, constantly watched, monitored, and under surveillance. It's clear that without his medication, his schizophrenia is spiraling out of control.
Yeah, I can tell you got skits. I can definitely tell. Anybody with skits shouldn't be left alone in the first place. Whether you're taking medicine for it or not, you shouldn't be left alone, bro. But then again, I guess people don't want to even be with you because you got skits. I know that sounds messed up, but I guess that's a reality, bro. I assume that's a reality. I don't know.
I'm handling remarkably well. Jesus, man, that was some crazy shit, man. And to still be able to get us some usable intel, you'll get why staying at that place is so dangerous for me. I know a lot of trust is getting to me or like that, but man, thank you for saying you'll be able to talk about this.
Dusty seems to believe he's outsmarted the cops, thinking he's there to provide valuable intel as the victim.
Right.
But he will soon find out that he's actually a suspect in the cold-blooded murder of an innocent man.
I haven't shed a tear all day, I've been going hard,
No, we don't know, bro. We don't know.
But this kind of work, not very long. That was my first. I think everybody knows that. From the get-go. Thank you for this deep psychological support. It's helping a lot. Good.
Listening closely to Dusty's words, it seems as if he's openly admitting to the murder. Although his statement is scattered and unclear, it gives detectives the impression that he's acknowledging responsibility without fully grasping the seriousness of his actions.
Right.
But Dusty's bizarre admissions wouldn't stop there, as he continues rambling incoherently.
just brushing, and then he throws that gasoline on me because you saw how I was rolled up and down there. Dude, I thought I was just doing it for the other. You know what I mean? Because that was my intention. Everybody knows that. I then managed to hit that Neo UI and come out like that. I don't know how I do it sometimes. You know what I mean? Yeah. I mean, when I'm just experimenting in the house with blades, like before back when I took the butcher knife and threw it and curved on it, like I mean, shit, I don't know how I do it, sir. I just know with my beautiful mind that it's a three-way. Yeah. You know, it's the photographic, the audiogenic intake, and then the living intake. Yeah. You know, I if y'all don't ever think I'm so amazed that I'm just like, God. Man, I never thought it would be something like that, but my God, what that thing was.
While Dusty's ramblings could be interpreted as an admission that James was his first murder, the statement is buried in a mix of delusions about retinoids, his photographic memory, and other incoherent claims. The detective picks up on this and pushes further, trying to separate fact from fiction in Dusty's fractured account.
For me to verify everything that I can see elsewhere, I'm trying to. I know you're not mad at me. That's just, I don't want you to think I'm asking questions.
Many others, like, think my personality is, I can't talk to people.
I can do it. Yeah. But I don't want you to think I'm being an expert.
I am very relieved that we were having this conversation.
Dusty claims he's not mad and that people don't understand how he communicates. This shows he might have a twisted view of himself, possibly because of paranoia, delusions, or mental illness. What's strange is how calm and relieved Dusty seems. Most guilty people would be nervous or scared during an interrogation, but Dusty is different. He seems to still believe he's the victim and doesn't grasp the seriousness of his actions.
He's obviously
Instead of
insane.
taking responsibility, he thinks people just don't understand him. This becomes even clearer when Dusty asks one final question to the detective.
Will I be able to go home?
I'm gonna figure that out.
This is your home now. You are home, buddy. Welcome. You're not going anywhere, bro.
Yeah, because we're going to jail or we're going down to dance.
We're gonna have to figure that kind of out because you know how this thing kind of goes from here.
I guess.
I'm gonna come talk to you about it. Just okay.
After this bizarre exchange, the detective had heard enough to know it was time to wrap up the interrogation.
Yeah, man. That ain't taking long at
Dusty's
all.
lack of remorse and
As soon as we see you come out your house talking about something, he tried to light me on fire, man. He tried to light me on fire. As soon as that happened, man, you should have known. Well, matter of fact, you don't know anything. But we all knew from the moment we seen that and heard that your ass was going in jail for the rest of your goddamn life.
distorted grip on reality made it clear they were dealing with someone who didn't fully understand the weight of his actions. According to the pathology report, the victim, James Leidendecker, was subjected to horrific torture before his death. His body showed severe blunt force trauma, including cuts, bruises, and
a homeless man who can't even fight back.
Fractures to his face, nose, ears, and mouth. His eyes had severe bleeding, and many of his teeth were broken. The injuries also extended to his neck, with heavy bleeding in the muscles and a broken hyoid bone, suggesting he had been strangled. His torso displayed several broken ribs, and internal bleeding was found in his chest and abdomen. One of the most disturbing details from the report was that James had been exposed to gasoline. His skin had begun to slough off in areas, and a strong smell of gasoline was found on his arms, thighs, and hands. Gasoline was also detected in his lungs and stomach, indicating he had inhaled and swallowed it before he died. This made the murder even more gruesome. Dusty was processed for forensic evidence and transported to the Leon County Detention Facility. The witness statements, his vague confession, and the forensic evidence from the scene were enough to formally charge him. Dusty McDonald was charged with 1 count of first-degree murder, and as of this video's upload, his case remains ongoing.
Man, lock him up in the goddamn bottom of the jail cell, man. What are we talking about? We know what this is. He's done. He's cooked. Like, man, bro, the justice system gotta be. I know it's processes and stuff like that, man. But like when things is just so obvious, let's wrap this up. Like, what we waiting so long for, man? But hey, man, we all know the outcome of him, bro.
Were enough to form a.
He's cooked, bro. He's cooked. Rightfully so, man. All right. That's in the video, man. Make sure to send me more videos in my Discord or just comment below. I'll check them out. I'll react to them. And yeah. Anyways, hope y'all enjoyed the video, man. If y'all did, make sure to like, comment, subscribe to your boy. We out here, man.